Alright, Ethan can start us off with the...
Go, Ethan.
All right, Chief. This destroyed me.
Oh, and we
making this
all
list.
don't know each other's lists, like, beforehand. We're all finding out when you guys are.
Here we go. Ethan, what do you got? Number 7.
Oh, bro.
Is this gonna start up a storm here for him?
Nah, bro.
No?
All right. I had a good long think about this, and this is gonna change a lot. But you seen it?
Yeah.
I put Doctor Strange as number 7.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I have a reason,
damn.
but do you want to go through everyone else's first?
Yeah. Greg?
Mine's Black Panther.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is my least favorite Phase 3.
Mine is Black Panther. Sorry, Greg.
That's right, bro. Mine's Black Panther. What are you talking about, bro?
Alright, well let's go through some reasoning. So, Heath, reason for Doctor Strange being your number 7 spot.
So, all right. Doctor Strange, when you look at it, is a very bland movie.
Yeah.
It, besides all the magic stuff, and it just plays it incredibly safe. It reminds me a lot of Iron Man. When it really shouldn't. Like it's good. Don't get me wrong. I love the movie personally.
Yeah.
But it falls flat in a lot of places. It lacks any specific like director vision. So if you want to know what I mean, just like Thor Ragnarok, you can tell Taika Waititi is directing it.
Yeah.
But this dude that's directing Doctor Strange, I don't even remember his name. See, there's an example. His style is just so bland. And
It's very start, middle, end.
the villain, it was wrought in that movie.
Yeah.
Waste of Mads Mikkelsen, Chief. That's probably why it's up there. Like, I thought that Mads Mikkelsen was going to be Dormammu, and I was like, this is going to be it.
Ooh.
But instead, he turns out to be stock villain, and Dormammu was big CG head. And I'll admit, probably the best part of the movie is how he deals with the big villain.
Yeah.
But besides from that, it's kind of a bit boring, a bit bland.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's bad. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll
Scott
put
Derrickson.
Scott Derrickson is the director of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll get you guys to
He
do
directed
your-
Sinister
Oh,
and The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I have some news that
Deliver
I
us
could get
from
you
evil.
hyped for the next one because they're bringing in Nightmare, the Lord of the Nightmare realm.
Really?
And because I remember remember
Is he
that-
directing it?
He's coming back.
Damn.
And I remember because they're like, oh, he has a horror movie background. I didn't know it was Sinister, but I was like, ooh, hype.
What's this for?
Doctor Strange 2.
The main villain's gonna be
Nightmare, yeah.
Yeah.
Lord of the Dream Realm.
Dude, I watched the movie on Netflix, the animated movie of Doctor Strange. They use Nightmare on that. On
Yeah.
the kids.
Pretty cool, hey?
Whoa, mate.
Yeah.
He's
Whoa.
a deadly. He's fucked. Dude, you go into a nightmare and you can never wake up because he feeds off of it.
He directed
I
The
really
Day the
hope-
Earth Stood Still. It's Keanu Reeves.
We'll put your 2 reasons together, some of your choices. Saying Black Panther is number 7. What's the reasons?
Do you want to go
Black
first?
Panther, yeah. I was really excited for Black Panther. Like, there was so much hype around it.
Civil War hype. Is that what
Yeah,
you mean by
yeah.
that? How
Yeah,
sick he
yeah,
was
yeah.
in Civil
Yeah,
War?
yeah.
Best part? Oh my god.
That was, yeah. So, especially after Civil War, like, even Civil War with Spider-Man, like, it just was just hype on hype. But I think it just didn't live up to what I thought it was going to be. I never felt, like, into the whole, like, Wakanda universe. I liked the way they did it. I liked some of the fight scenes. Like, I liked how it was kind of the exact same thing in Aquaman. I don't know if any of you have seen Aquaman.
I have.
But
Yeah. I see that.
It's
Yeah.
basically the exact same thing. We had to
Real.
fight for the kingdom, basically, like, to be king.
Okay.
But I thought it was just odd, and I didn't enjoy it.
If I can interject a bit, I think Aquaman's a better movie than Black Panther, to be quite honest.
Shit.
Yeah,
I mean-
a little off topic, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Aquaman. And I mean, and the rest of the DC cinematic universe is pretty hot trash. And
Yeah.
Aquaman was a good saving grace for it.
I loved
off
Wonder
topic.
Woman.
So did I.
Can safely
I did,
say
yes.
that Wonder Woman is probably still the best female superhero movie.
Yep.
I cried.
Yeah, same. Oh my lord.
I
The
cried.
end
I think the
scene,
best
I was
DC
holding back
movie
tears.
will be Shazam.
Ooh,
so
I'm
hyped
excited
for that.
I'm excited for that one.
Off topic, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan.
And my number
Your
7
reason.
was Guardians 2. And my main reason for that, I don't know, I just thought it was a really average film. I mean, comparing it to the first Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't know, it just felt like
Yeah.
it just... Like they gave up. It's
I
like they're
reckon-
like, we gave everything to Guardians 1 and they had no fuel left for the second. I don't know,
reckon-
that's what it felt like to me. I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it.
I reckon I could change your mind in this podcast.
Oh, real? Okay.
Well, I
Yeah.
think you know why I
don't
think
know.
it because
I have only seen it once, mind you, so my opinion may be swayed. But just from that first viewing, because of how hype I was for the first, I don't know, it just...
you know why
left
it
me
also
feeling
might
down.
be is because us as humans we love origin stories.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like seeing them all finally get together and battle together, I don't think much more can like
Yeah.
top that.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy seeing them like finally like
Oh,
all
yeah.
working together,
Oh, yeah,
especially
yeah.
with like Groot, like
Well, especially that opening scene.
Yeah, the opening
Yeah,
scene,
that
man.
was
And
the-
Groot's
Yes.
dancing around,
Really
little baby
solidified.
Groot's
Yeah.
dancing
Oh, yeah.
around, having a fun time. Everyone else is going nuts, and they're
Yeah,
like,
man.
"Groot, get out of the way, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And they're just trying to fight this giant, like, slime slug monster thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
alright, we'll go to
Number 6.
number
6.
6.
So number 6, I have Black Panther.
Fair enough.
Greg?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I'm agreeing with Ethan here. I've got Black Panther as number 6.
Yeah.
I've got Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I think everyone kind of like gets it. Like Black Panther was so and
Yeah.
so. My main gripe with Black Panther is the character shift from Civil War
Yeah.
to here. Like
Yeah.
you go watch Civil War Black Panther and he's this cold badass with like a vengeance. Like he's got vengeance only on his mind.
Yeah.
And he goes real light.
And he has a small character arc as well because he gives up on it at the end when he realizes he's just like, "Why we're fighting for nothing? This is purposeless." And he
Wakanda
brings him in.
not
He does
forever.
something that not many MCU movie fucking heroes do, and keeps him alive and chucks him in prison.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, make him a real hero. But yeah. But then you go and watch Black Panther, and he's almost like a different character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, my main reason for that, I don't know, I liked the world of Wakanda.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually,
I
and
love
to be
it.
honest, my favourite part of the movie is Killmonger.
Yes.
Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger.
Even though he was like an average like villain,
Yeah.
He's
I
still
did enjoy
he's
him.
still one of the
He
better
did
villains,
so
yeah.
good at it.
Like, even though most of the MCU villains are pretty average,
Yeah.
he's one of the better ones for sure.
Yeah.
His
Is
motivation's
Killmonger.
hot garbage.
His motivation, yeah. I want to be
Like
king,
if
I
you
deserve
think about it though, he's like, I'm gonna take over Wakanda and launch war with everyone, effectively murdering the lives of nearly everyone on the planet. Because I don't think many minorities would survive that one, Chief.
No.
Yeah, especially with how advanced Wakanda is. You get the
Yeah.
Avengers out, of course. I don't think he thought that one through
No.
very well.
Was the first scene 2 black kids playing basketball? I just want you guys
We're not
to.
gonna go there. Please
Yeah.
don't.
I
Please
just-
don't.
Like,
I mean, I would
guys.
like to, and I could go there, but like,
I just wanted to say that.
So next one.
next movie quickly, please. Oh my
yeah,
god,
alright, yeah, so Mitch, your reasoning for Doctor Strange?
Oh yeah,
Number
Doctor
6.
Strange.
he's white.
He's white.
All right, folks. So we'll
And
catch
that's
you next
it.
time.
Jordy's just like, bro, we're gonna get destroyed.
We'll hop in the race
Nah,
party, boys.
I honestly, my sole reason,
He's just searching his soul for this one.
yeah, it's just like,
It's been a little while.
yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, but I don't, like, I enjoyed him more in Infinity War
Oh yeah.
than
Yeah.
in his like standalone movie. I did enjoy the kind of shift in his personality before and after the accident.
Yeah.
I did like
That
that,
was good.
but I didn't like much more than that. That was basically it. Like,
Fair enough.
Again,
I like the humor. The
Yeah.
humor was good, especially between him and like an inanimate object. Like that was cool. Like his
the cape,
Cape, yeah,
the cloak of levitation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
yeah. There wasn't much to that movie.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, points are all valid.
number 5.
Number 5
Number
spot.
5.
Let's go. Alright. Ethan? Oh, I know what this is. I already know what this is. I can see it in your face.
Is it the same as mine?
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yep. It is the same as mine.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
I-
Oh my lord.
Yeah, this was hard. This is where it got hard. Like,
Okay, well, actually, we'll go through everyone else's number 5. So
which
Ethan
was like,
Greg-
bruh.
Ethan Spider-Man Homecoming. is your number 5 spot?
Yeah.
Okay, mine is Doctor Strange is number 5 for me.
Number 5 is Thor Ragnarok.
What? Oh man, you're gonna have to elaborate on that. You're gonna have to elaborate real hard on that, friend. You're gonna have to fucking go deep down. My man's.
Alrighty, let's calm it down. Alright, so
Bruh.
Ethan and Greg, let's go with your reasonings for Spider-Man Homecoming being number 5. What do we got, lads?
Okay. First off, it suffers the same thing that Doctor Strange suffers. It has no like creative vision, like directive. It feels like MCU schlock. Spider-Man doesn't feel like Spider-Man to me. I understand he's a kid. I understand he's updated. I understand. Yeah, but if he gets handed his suit to him and he's, I don't know, like he gets all this tech, and at the end of it, I feel like I'm watching Iron Man Jr.
Yeah.
Like I don't vibe it. He doesn't become Spider-Man until like the end, really, where he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go fuck around in the neighborhood and shit. And I understand they're like, this younger Spider-Man, he's still evolving and stuff. But I just did not vibe a lot of the choices in Homecoming, and I didn't vibe the story. I did love the Vulture.
Yeah,
Michael
so did I.
Keaton killed it in that movie. He absolutely killed it. Probably one of the best villains in the MCU. And I'm glad he didn't die. And he is coming back for the second one, guys. Do not forget that he is going to be in Far From Home. He was recast. Chucked back
Hell
in.
yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of it. But like, it's just really hard. Like, it's really just personal with me, because it does hit a lot of the notes that make Spider-Man Spider-Man. Like the scene when he's trapped under the rubble and he looks into the water and he sees like that he is Spider-Man.
Two half faces.
And it's like he realizes that no one's gonna come help him, that he is Spider-Man, and that he's got to take up that role. Like he realizes what it means to be Spider-Man, and so he lifts it. And like that was really good. But yeah, for me personally, I just feel like it could have been better, maybe.
I feel like Greg is vibing everything.
Yeah,
Ethan
pretty
just said.
well.
Yeah.
Everything you said, I completely 100%.
Biased. You could definitely debunk my opinion, but I'm a hardcore Spidey fan, and I'm also very, very fond of the original trilogy. So
I remember also you saw a video of this guy that said that Peter Parker seems more like Miles Morales.
yes,
Like
yes,
more of a Miles
Yes.
Morales Spidey. And
Yes.
when you told me that, I was shocked. I was like, holy crap, you're right.
good point. This Peter Parker is not Peter Parker. It's actually Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Very, very clever thing that Kevin Feige did was swap the characterization of Peter and Miles. And you can hit all the notes. He's got Genki. It's Genki. You could call him Ned all you want, but it's Genki. He's Asian, he's big, he's fat. It's
Yeah.
Genki. They're roommates, basically. Well, they're
You've seen
together
them.
all the time, best friends.
Yeah.
There's no Harry Osborn, there's no MJ. There's no MJ, and there's no
Actually, not even Gwen Stacy.
yeah, there's no
No.
Gwen. There's Liz, which is fine.
Yeah.
Betty, if you want to count that as Betty, I don't. I
Right.
hate that so much. Flash, I don't mind Flash. I know a lot of people are like, why isn't you big buff nerd? But I like that he's like just a prick that makes fun of him, because everyone had that in school. Everyone had that
Yeah.
guy that was like, hey, fuck wit, and you're just like, dude, I don't even like know you that well. Why are you doing that? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't even know you, bro.
Like, why are you being a cunt, bro?
What even is your name, man?
Yeah, it's but yeah, he doesn't feel like Peter Parker to me.
No.
Which is why I'm hoping that Far From Home kind of changes that.
Yeah.
And I did think they did him a lot better in Infinity War, like you said with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I think they're always taking the step in the right direction for the most part.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's just my opinion.
Alrighty, well,
Pretty much mine as well.
yeah, there we go. I mean, for me, Doctor Strange was number 5. Main reason, I absolutely adored Doctor Strange. I loved his character. Same as Guardians, I knew nothing about the character. I just knew he was magic. That's all I knew.
So cool.
But I mean, mainly because of the rest of the top of my list had already been kind of determined, kind of just left Strange
this was
here
very hard.
where he is. So yeah, I love the movie. It had its issues, and like you guys said before, his character was definitely so much better in Infinity War. but they set him up ready to just be developed more and more as he met the rest of the Avengers and the rest of the MCU.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go.
Fair. Alright.
And the controversial one, Mitch having Thor Ragnarok at number
Thor.
5.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it.
Did you though?
I did.
I'm kidding.
Like,
I'm kidding.
nah, I honestly did. Like,
Mm.
but I just enjoyed. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's just because I enjoyed the other movies further up my list more than this one. I really liked. Fuck, what's his name?
Whoa.
The, huh?
Wong.
Wong?
Wait, he's not talking about Doctor Strange.
No, Thor.
Oh yeah,
Thor,
right.
you
Sorry.
silly man.
Look, man, I've been taking
Korg?
this all day, bro.
I really liked
I'm
Korg.
sorry. Oh yeah.
And
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
yeah, he was hilarious.
Oh, good day, bro.
But honestly, like, I think they focused on the comedy a bit too much. And the
enough.
motivation of Hela wasn't like, it was the same. Like, it was just blunt. Like, the motivation she had. And I think they moved too quickly. Like, over so many storylines, like different villains that could have been big villains in, like, further down for other Thor movies or even other Avengers movies. And when they solved, like, just with Loki as well, I think Loki was in it, like, because everyone loves Loki so much. I think there's so many different things with Loki. Like, he kills, like, a whole bunch of army people and no one even says anything about it. Like, there's a scene and he kills 6 people. I forgot. 6. It's
Which
back.
movie is this?
Thor Ragnarok. When they're back on Earth.
What?
Yeah, he kills like 6 agents. If you rewatch a movie, you'll know the exact scene.
No,
I've seen
he
it
doesn't.
Like 5
I've
times.
seen it so many
Yeah.
times, and he doesn't. When he's on Earth, he gets chucked in the portal, and he's
Yeah.
falling for 30 minutes, and then he gets chucked back out, and they go
The
meet
army
Odin.
dudes, that's Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you get
Oh, okay.
That's when he steals
Yeah.
the Tesseract at the very beginning of the Avengers. That's when
And-
he kills all the SHIELD agents.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
That's when he
Sorry.
was that
yeah,
like peak villain.
Yeah.
The
and
Thor
by the
Loki
end of
bits
that,
mixed
when
up.
Yeah,
Thor,
no, in
Thor takes him
Ragnarok.
away.
Yeah, Ragnarok, he literally goes there. Strange intervenes.
Yeah, I
puts
thought.
on that never-ending portal.
in that
Yes.
movie.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed Doctor Strange in that
He's got his
more
gloves.
than his own
Oh yeah.
fucking movie.
Oh, I need the gloves.
But I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed it more than Thor 1 and 2
Oh god, yeah.
Oh,
for like easily. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's where I put him.
man.
Yeah.
All right. Our number 4 spot. Ethan, what do we got?
Alright, this is where it's gonna get real nitty gritty.
we
But I
go.
got Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is number 4.
All right.
Very hard.
Great.
Mine's number 4, Doctor Strange.
I have Thor Ragnarok at number 4.
I have Spider-Man.
Okay.
Oh, bro, there's the opinions here.
Alright, here we go. Everyone's choice is different. I like this.
Yeah.
All right, Ethan. Reason for Guardians of the Galaxy.
So I've had a very mixed history with this movie. I remember when I first saw it, I hated it. I was like, this is not where it's at. I'm like, compared, like you said, the first one, I'm like, the first one was so good, and this one was just, it was below the bar.
Yeah.
I rewatched it, and then I watched it again, and I watched it again, and I was like, this movie is actually really, really good. This movie has like deep meaning compared to other like MCU movies, but in essence, this movie's about fatherhood and no, parenthood, and it's about growing as a person. Like again,
Change your opinion, bro.
again, as you have Groot and baby Groot, and you think he's there to like sell toys and you need yada yada, but baby Groot, yeah, I mean,
It's true.
everyone got their Groot pop out. Everyone, but everyone, like Groot is the one that keeps them together, and everyone goes through a real big change in this movie. Everyone has a really emotional moment. Star-Lord goes through a lot. So Star-Lord finds his dad, and he has to deal with finding his dad, and he goes through all that. Gamora learns to forgive her sister, and Nebula learns to forgive her, which is a really big moment considering all the shit that they've been through. Drax, I feel, got so much good character development. I remember I got really emotional on one of my rewatches. Mantis's introduction correlates with that because Drax sees her as a daughter figure, which is really cool, and I thought that introduced a really nice dynamic. And that specific scene where Drax and Mantis are sitting together, and Drax talks about his family, and she touches him, and she starts to like
Cry.
bawl her eyes out while he just stands there like staring. I thought that was probably one of the most like heavy hitting scenes I've ever witnessed in like an MCU movie. I loved Ego. Ego was a really good villain in my opinion. He did a lot of stuff that a lot of villains didn't. You could argue a lot against this film, but I feel like a lot of people don't like it because it goes and tries to make it very character centralized, and it tries to focus on the characters growing. Because at the end of it, everyone comes out changed, and I think the biggest change was Rocket, because at the start he tries to make everyone like leave him, and I vibed with Rocket so hard in this movie, where he's just so anxious about himself, and he just hates himself so much that he tries to push people away. And Star-Lord says it to him at the start. He's like, if you keep doing that, no one's gonna freaking like you. And he's just like, well, yeah, that's the plan. But as he goes along through the movie, he realizes that they are his family, and that he does love them, and he'll do anything for them. Mm-hmm. And like at the end of the movie, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. With Star-Lord's character, he has to find out who his real father is, and he goes through and he goes back to like his motherhood and his fatherhood, and it gets to that really emotional scene at the end when he realizes that he always has had a father figure his entire life, and he just didn't realize it, and it was Yondu. Mm-hmm. And you get that really sad scene at the end, and I'm not afraid to say I fucking bawled. I was like, Yondu gets some extremely good character development as well. You'll learn a lot about Yondu and Mantis, and
And Gamora helps Star-Lord a lot,
Yeah.
with realizing that his dad doesn't like have to be biological kind of thing, and that like he's not like, because all throughout like Star-Lord was thinking his dad was this really good guy, like an amazing person kind of thing, and like Gamora kind of like helped him like calm him down and realize that like you don't know what he's like, and like she kind of like had that step back approach and like the open mind,
and their romance was developed really nice and steadily. Not at one point did they ever do the typical kiss. And they didn't for the first two movies. She sees that he's going through shit, and then they kind of just split, and they do a really mature thing where they both grow, and at the end of it they all come back together. And like this movie is
there you go.
It's a beautiful piece.
It is, and I feel like it gets lost in it because people are like, MCU, big explosions, wow. And then when James Gunn tries to make like a real thematic piece that includes superheroes, that might not connect with some people, but so I feel like it deserves a high ranking. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
and the soundtrack holds up.
Oh yeah.
Both. With the first one.
Definitely downloaded the fucking soundtrack.
Yeah, I
Quite
did
honest.
as well.
As soon as it was available, I got it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Easily
I'd
on
recommend
par.
giving it a rewatch if you ever have the time, and to just go in with watching.
I think
it in a
that's what I
different
should
mindset.
do
Have
with
that in
Ragnarok as well. But yeah, I just didn't vibe with Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I should rewatch it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Greg, your number 4 spot was Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Oof.
Well, I don't know. I love the movie. I like the whole fucking sorcerer and shit. I love the magic.
Is that the highest someone has Doctor Strange on their list?
I believe so.
Yeah.
We've all.
I don't know.
How come, Greg? You must really vibe Doctor Strange.
I really vibe Doctor Strange. I liked it. Like
Yeah.
I like the whole magic aspect.
has a cool
And all
mustache.
that shit. Yeah, he does.
Bro.
Might make
In those
mustache.
sideburns, bro. Oof. How does he do it?
But although I do agree with Mads Mikkelsen being like a pretty bland villain, and how
Wasted an actor.
I reckon he could have done a whole lot more, and I reckon Dormammu could have been a whole lot more as well. But I don't know. I just liked it.
Yeah.
I can't really put into words. I liked everything. I liked how they went through all the dimensions. I love the sense of humor in it. as well.
Same.
That's what I liked.
I don't know. That's pretty well my opinion on it, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
It's been a little while since I've seen this, so I can't really go into depth with the themes and stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Alright, it's getting nitty gritty now. Chief, top 3.
Number 3.
Well, me and Mitch haven't gone through our number 4.
What was the number 4?
Yeah, so I had Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, bro.
For me, the top 4 for this was so hard.
Yeah.
It was real difficult. I basically came to the decision Thor Ragnarok number 4. I adore Thor Ragnarok. I've watched it so many times. Soundtrack, unbelievable. Action. Yeah, I definitely have to agree with Mitch before saying there was almost too much comedy in that film. But definitely still welcomed, and it was definitely better than the other two Thors.
Easily. Wasn't hard.
Oh yeah, easily better than the other two. I mean, well, do we even really include Dark World as a movie? No. So, but yeah, Thor Ragnarok was brilliant. I loved it. Thor definitely developed a lot as a character. He changed heaps.
Oh yeah.
Hulk's inclusion.
Oh.
I believe we haven't mentioned
Yeah.
Hulk's inclusion
Well,
in Ragnarok was unreal.
Also, I thought they were gonna do more. Like, I wanted to see like Hulk World, but now we kind of can't.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, Hulk's character development was unbelievable. But as we said of our first screening of Ragnarok, Ethan, not enough Hulk. There
Definitely.
wasn't
That-
enough
yeah.
Hulk. In that
Literally.
movie.
Never enough Hulk.
I know it's a Thor movie, but still,
I agree.
there wasn't enough Hulk.
Not enough Hulk.
But yeah, there wasn't enough Hulk. Granted, yeah, it's Thor's movie. Not enough Hulk, but overall, yeah. Number 4 is Thor Ragnarok, and yeah, love the movie.
Alright,
And then
And now Mitchell, number 4.
You're number 4.
What's
So
that?
4. Did I tell you guys?
Yeah.
You did, but
I don't
yeah.
remember.
huge tangent. I apologize.
I got Spider-Man.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Homecoming.
Alright.
Why?
Well, like, I really love Spider-Man, Peter Parker as a character. Like, especially throughout the Tobey Maguire. Like, I vibe with Spider-Man
My man, my
so
man.
good.
The good
Not
shit.
really the Andrew Garfield one, just because he seems
Trash.
too. He's just too confident and doesn't seem like Peter Parker at all.
He's not a sore loser.
Tom,
He's not a loser.
Tom Holland's portrayal of Peter Parker was much better than what's the cunt's name? Andrew Garfield,
Yeah.
I
Oh
think.
god, yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason it's number 4, is it number 4?
Yeah,
Yeah,
number 4.
Number 4, and not like higher on my list is just because they changed so much that I think I enjoyed about the Spider-Man story. Like just like I wasn't mad about his best friend. Like that was cool. Flash. I think Flash should be more intimidating for Peter Parker. And yeah, no Mary Jane. I guess kind of there is, but not really.
No.
That's false.
Yeah.
Negative.
There's MJ.
It's like a hate against redheads at the moment.
Yeah.
Put more redheads, bro. If we're gonna do diversity, can we get redheads in, please?
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get some more.
Where's a smoking hot redhead with green eyes? I don't see that anywhere. That's what MJ is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't. Yeah, like you know, you can call me racist all you want, but I really would.
I
vibe
mean,
up, like
redheads aren't a race, so.
Yeah,
not racist.
but like I'm talking about replacing
Genius.
Zendaya with a.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
get you.
oh,
I
yeah.
totally
she has
forgot she was.
slightly colored skin.
Yeah,
in this
I
day
totally
and age.
forgot she was.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I refuse to
Yeah.
accept her as MJ.
yeah. I don't know.
She's just a different character to me.
Yeah, she is.
She's just Michelle. That's
Yeah, I really loved it though. Like, I could never have enough Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
it. Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
it's number 4.
There we go.
So I think we're gonna go to top 3 of
Here we
Phase
go.
This
3.
is where it gets the most hardest for me.
I feel like me and Greg have the same top 3.
Maybe.
I don't think
Oh,
so
no.
because you had different last
Well,
ones.
yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
but
alright, let's
still.
go.
All right.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Number 3,
Number
Ethan.
three,
Ethan.
Captain America: Civil War.
Greg.
Mine.
Mine's Infinity War.
Damn. Oh,
Mine's Infinity War. Yeah.
Interesting.
Number 3 for me was Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Bruh. All right. Yeah. I'm in here.
My number 3 was Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Hell
Oh damn! Yeah, that high.
Yes.
Mine's basically the same as Ethan's, but like I put basically back Black
It
Panther
was a
and
hard choice.
Doctor Strange like swapped.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
number 3. I'll just pump it out.
Yeah.
So I think it's number 3 just because I didn't like the whole father thing too much. I think it was too focused around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, yeah. Like, the kind of reason I don't like it's pretty dumb. But I just didn't. What?
No,
No, I
Keep
don't.
going, keep going.
I don't not like it because it's dumb. Like
Mm.
the reason I don't
Yeah.
like it is kind of dumb. But I didn't think they went through enough. It's so hard to say. I don't think they went through enough like hardship. You know what I mean? Like emotionally they did,
Yeah.
but that was about it. Like
not like everything else. Everything else seemed completely fine and dandy. They just went through an emotional
Yeah.
hardship.
there was a few
Yeah.
points where like some characters were in danger, especially like Rocket and Nebula.
Mm.
Like
So not
that
enough-
that was
so not
pretty
enough
cool.
Life-threatening stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tension.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
felt like on the edge of my seat.
So you never felt like there was possibly a chance we could lose a character.
Yeah, never.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Um,
yeah.
But basically, I just didn't think there was enough action. But I did like how each character. I always like character development because I think it's so underused in so many Marvel movies. So that's what I did like about it, which is why it's top 3. That's
Okay.
basically it. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Fair enough. All right. Ethan, you had Captain America: Civil War, I believe.
Yeah, this was a hard pick between GOTG 2 and Civil War. Civil War is good. Like I don't know, I really put it as number 3 as a more personal thing because it was like the first movie that had so many characters and did it so right and introduced fighting and like this movie really shook me because I really fucking loved Black Panther in this movie. Black Panther was so sick.
I think that was one
Do
of
you
the
remember?
biggest things when we were walking away. We are like, holy shit, Black
Do you
Panther's
remember?
sick.
When we watched it together and the scene where he jumps down in the airport and he's like, Captain.
Yeah.
And I remember I looked at you and I was like,
His lines
Remember
in the
that?
airport scene, unreal.
So good.
Every single one. Like
Who
when
was he like with? Was it with Falcon or was it Bucky? And he's like, oh no, I think it was Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And
I
Hawkeye
know
introduces
I know
himself.
exactly- I know
He's like,
exactly
I don't
it.
care.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he's like, I don't believe we've
Oh.
met yet. I'm Clint, and he spins around his staff, and Black Panther just stands there and goes, I don't care.
dude,
That's
yes,
it.
Yeah.
he's
That's
so
it.
badass. Move, Captain. I will not
Yeah.
ask a second time.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck.
Or even his interaction with Bucky.
Oh,
Bucky,
yeah.
he swings and he goes, I didn't kill your father. And he goes, then why did you run?
yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Very
And
emotional.
and Ant-Man in this movie, Chief. He was so
Yeah.
good.
Actually, before we get off Black Panther,
Giant man.
the thing
Yes.
the thing with Black Panther, especially in those scenes, is you can feel his emotion through his voice.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you cannot see his face because unlike Spider-Man, he doesn't have anything on his mask that expresses him.
Yeah.
Or like Iron Man where you see inside his helmet. His voice showed exactly what you needed to see. You knew
Yeah.
exactly how he was feeling
Yeah.
based off his voice.
And
It was
done,
unreal.
and it was done so beautifully too.
Yeah.
He had his own.
Like,
he had his
oh.
own like arc. He was almost like a primary character.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
dad died, and he went on a mission to try and save him. Figured out he
definitely
was wrong.
out of like, I think in Civil War it was easily like Captain America, Iron Man, Black Panther, and probably Bucky.
Also,
Like all top characters.
Yeah.
I think as well in terms of like character development, in terms of like long term, where the MCU is kind of unique with Iron Man and Cap when they go head to head at that point in time really showcases their development through movies because their roles kind of reverse to where they were at the start. Iron Man's kind of with the government because he wants to try and keep shit safe, like keep shit okay. Like back before, I remember he'd be
Yeah,
like,
he
"Alright,
worked
Nick,
with the government
Yeah.
to make missiles and
hacking
stuff
into
like that.
Shield, like yeah, fuck that. Shield's whack. But now he's like, yeah, well, we should work with them so that we don't get murked and try and make the people happy. But Cap's just like, well, no, we need to keep like true to ourselves.
We need to
It
do
can't
what-
be
we need to
controlled.
do what's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a good argument there. And I feel like just that character dynamic between the two of them was really well done. And the twist at the end that was set up from Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just felt like because you needed them to fight at the end, and I felt like it was so genuine. Like, because we've been built up on how sensitive he is about his parents since day one. Like, since he talked about his dad, and he's just like, we're not going to talk about my dad.
Yeah.
And, like, the bit where they
Was
have a
it
scrap.
Infinity War where they had to do the flashback thing, or was that Iron Man 3?
Flashback thing. Explain.
Where he puts like the goggles. He's
No,
like shows it.
Civil War. That's
Civil
the
War.
very start of Civil
Yeah,
War.
yeah. I
And-
thought it was the start of one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bucky, you remember Cap's like, he didn't do it, it wasn't him. And he's like, I don't care, he killed my mom.
Yeah. Oh boy. Did
I was
that
just
hit
like,
home.
I was
Did
just like,
that hit
yeah.
home.
Yeah, I'm like, I believe that. Like, I felt that.
Oh yeah.
Like RDJ's acting again comes in,
Yeah.
Um,
Clutch.
And yeah, it was a good like superhero film. It focused kind of on Cap, but it really focused a lot on other like more characters. Scarlet Witch got a lot of development. I really liked her a lot in the movie.
Everyone pretty well
Vision?
had a arc.
Everyone developed.
Hawkeye got really good. He was his banter lord again. I loved it when Hawkeye came in.
Even
Like,
Ant-Man.
yeah,
we got
man.
to see more Ant-Man again,
Yeah.
which was good.
Yeah.
because
Or
we'd only
Giant
seen him
Man.
once. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had Giant Man's first appearance.
And yeah, just like the whole scene, like Hawkeye was so good in Civil War. He really. I wish that they did more like that with him. Like he just says like stupid shit. Like when they're running away, she stops and he's like, "Doors this way." Like
Yeah.
really, Clint? You really didn't have to say that. But like, okay,
Thanks, man.
bro. Yeah.
Okay.
And then like he knows Vision can't be beaten, yet he still like punches him a couple of times. I'm like, God damn, Clint, you're like
still
his
trying.
banter, bro. He's like that dad that you love to hang out with because he's like, oh, let's go fucking climb up that tree, fuck it. Like, he's you know what I mean? Like he's so good. I love it.
All right,
Yeah.
Greg, your number 3 spot was Infinity War, I believe.
Yes. Now, don't get me wrong. I loved and adored the movie. All right, I loved and adored the movie.
Sorry, I'm just looking for a reason.
Look, to be quite honest, I only have this. It's only this one reason. And it's probably very, very stupid. But you see, I've seen the movie about 4 times
Fair.
in the cinemas, and the first time I watched it, it was hype. So hype. I was
Yeah.
ecstatic. Second time I watched the movie, I was like, you know what? Cool movie, yeah. Third time, cool, okay. Then the fourth time was like, you know, just because it just didn't have that same, like, Civil War. I watched that billions and billions of times, and each time I watch it,
Impossible. No, you shouldn't. Just
billions of times. Is that possible to learn this power?
no.
Greg, what have you done?
He Doctor Strange.
Space-time continuum, boys.
Pretty well. But yeah, like I watched Civil War heaps of times, and each time I watched it, I was still hyped for it. No matter how many times I watched it, I was like, hell yeah, this movie. And it was just wasn't the same for Infinity War. I don't know why. It just didn't feel the same.
I can see it.
Like, to be quite honest, the Thanos' guards, cool as they are, they
Oh, yeah.
didn't really get too much development. You know, you don't really get to know too much about them.
Yeah,
Except
you're
they're
not
just
wrong.
there to...
The way I thought of them was just like his fucking little mules.
Yeah.
God,
and,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then bloody Hulk.
Oh, bro.
Oh, sorry, who?
Dick Don.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hulk
that's true.
too scared to come out? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
He gets hooked once by Thanos, and he's just like...
Wait, but is Civil War in your?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Top 2.
he hasn't said.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just...
Well, but he's not even in Civil War.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
It's
flying.
like, if he was in it, I'd
He's fighting
expect...
for Jeff, bro. He's having a good old time smashing
Yeah.
nibbers in Jeff
Yeah.
Sereno.
Look, if
He's batting.
if Bruce Banner was
My-
in Civil
my
War, I'd
champion.
expect Hulk to come out.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I expect there to be a whole lot of Hulk.
I expect.
I expect.
Expected.
And if they did not meet that criteria, it's not good enough.
Jesus Christ!
No, I'm kidding. Anyway, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
another reason. Not enough Hulk. I'm like, come
I
on, man.
vibe.
If you're gonna have Hulk, have Hulk.
Yeah.
I want to see him smash.
Yes. I cannot praise it enough.
Come on, man.
I agree. I don't think Bruce Banner's like developed enough character to just have Bruce Banner.
No, I was gonna.
In that
I'm waiting
movie-
for a pick of movie to explain why that is. To be
In
honest,
that
because it's
movie,
not
Bruce-
Marvel's fault.
No. In that movie, Bruce Banner gets schooled by what's her name? Black Panther's sister.
Oh, Shuri. Oh, yeah.
And she's just like, oh, why didn't you do this?
Bloody
And he's just
program,
like,
he said he'll got a text. I don't know why she's just saying that Indian, but he's just like Bruce just looks at her like,
at 7-Eleven as
yeah. He's just like, what? Like I love that scene though because it's so funny. She just looks at him like, you idiot, and he's just like, bruh, like this is an android chief with like a stone in it. I don't know, like.
Well, I mean, probably the only reasoning for that is just the fact that Bruce hasn't been Bruce for 2 years. So he hasn't
Should have
been
hulked out
keeping
just
up with
then.
times.
Should have just hulked out. Got pissed off. Like that'd be funny as
Dude,
fuck.
if that happened, I would have been like, hell yeah.
That would be sick if she like triggered it in him and he's like, oh fuck this.
Yeah, like he just stares for a moment and then he's like, throws Vision off or some shit. He's just like,
just breaks Vision in half.
Oh
Bruh.
God, takes a stone for himself.
Yeah,
Becomes
there you go.
Thanos too.
But I kind of understand. Like, I do agree. I
yeah,
think
I-
there wasn't enough Hulk,
Mm.
but I do understand after all the brain shit he went through
Yeah.
in Ragnarok, like it would have been hard for him to become Hulk. Like, I kind of think that's what they were trying to do. Like, we all love Hulk and we just want to
Yeah.
see Hulk smash. But it's kind of like the same as Iron Man. Like, he went through basically PTSD after, like,
Oh, yeah,
what
that's
he
true.
went through in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, the 2 years that Hulk was in control and he's sitting in the back seat crying,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah,
Which
that's
they
true.
didn't really address. Like,
I think a lot of people forget about that actually, is the fact that Bruce Banner, as he said, he's like, do you want to know what it feels like to be locked in the trunk of the car?
Yeah.
And someone else has the keys and is driving around, you don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And so
Good
that's
shit.
how he felt for 2 years while Hulk's in an arena being gladiator.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which
I
was
mean,
fucking
but
sick.
That point didn't get addressed enough, and I don't
Yeah.
think Bruce has been affected enough.
No.
The only
Yeah.
effect was
They
seeing
could have
is
done
Hulk.
it pretty easy. Like,
Yeah.
Thor and Hulk could have,
The only
Thor and
repercussion
Bruce
we're
Banner
seeing-
could have had a conversation about it.
Yeah. I mean, the
But,
only
you know, they-
the only repercussion we're seeing is the fact that Hulk's just like, no.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
like,
want to.
Yeah, and it's like,
To be
and it's like,
controlled.
past,
Yeah.
it's just passed to like a fucking dick joke. It's like, really?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, sorry, I can't get it up.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
bro.
really? You're gonna embarrass me now?
Yeah. Joke.
Alright, man.
Actually, we still got my number 3 spot.
Yes, we always try to skip
we
over
always
you.
forget about me.
So number 2,
Oh.
guys.
See,
my-
what's your number 2?
Yeah. So my number 3 spot being Spider-Man: Homecoming. I think I've rated Spider-Man the highest out of the 4 of us here.
Yeah.
And it's literally just my look at Ethan Hyde.
You rated Spider-Man the highest and Doctor Strange the highest.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, actually. Oh, well, there you go.
That's gotta be a good reason, boy. No, I'm kidding. I go for it.
I got one
Yeah.
reason. I love Spider-Man
Yeah.
to death.
Fair enough.
I love Spider-Man and I adore Tom Holland in the role. And I don't know. I loved it. Absolutely adored it. I mean, yeah.
Tom Holland was so good as Peter Parker.
Yeah. Killed it.
Good as Miles.
I mean,
Yeah.
I expect
But
him
we
to
didn't know
Fortnite
that.
dance in the next one.
We didn't know that before, though.
I expect him to Fortnite dance in the next one. That's all I'm saying.
jeez. But yeah, no, I adored Spider-Man:
Apex Legends.
Homecoming. It is my favorite Spider-Man film out of all of them that exist. It's my
Yeah?
favorite. And so, well, obviously, I reckon Far From Home is gonna top that. It's gonna top Homecoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you
Little bit
rate it
off
like Spider-Man 1, like Tobey Maguire, and then, Homecoming, then Spider-Man 1?
Yeah. That's, I don't know, I feel like it's just because it's got its MCU tie-in. Tony Stark's there, and I adore Tony Stark and Iron Man.
that's true.
So, because of his inclusion,
you do love them characters.
yeah. So, yeah, I think that's probably what puts it above Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, is probably literally just Iron Man's inclusion, and of the love I have for him before Spider-Man came into the MCU. So, yeah, that's
Fair.
Spider-Man: Homecoming, number 3.
That's it, boy.
Number 2. Here we go, the nitty-gritty shit. Let's get
Top
it.
2, baby.
Number 2, what have
Top
we got,
2,
Ethan?
baby. Let's go, dog.
I put Infinity War as number 2.
Oh my lord. Alright, Greg, what do you got?
Mine's Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok, number 2.
But I still love it. It was the most hardest decision I've ever had to make in my whole entire life.
Oh, I got a lot of
Yeah,
explaining.
number 2 for me is Captain America: Civil War.
Mine is Civil War as well.
Hey.
Nice.
Alright.
Gang, gang.
Let's go, Ethan. What do we got?
Go in the same
Number two.
direction.
So yeah, like, this is a hard pick. Yeah.
Hey, what'd you pick here?
Infinity War
Okay,
as
okay.
number 2. Yeah, it just hit all the right notes. I don't know. I could revise this and it would probably go up like higher or like lower. It was really hype when it came out, and a lot of character moments and a lot of payoff. Like, this movie is like pay off the movie because
Yeah.
it's been building up
Yeah.
to this for so long, and I feel like that's why a lot of people love it. It builds up on from Thor Ragnarok, and Thor is easily the best character in this movie.
Yeah,
you can't
hands
convince
down,
me
hands
otherwise.
down.
He goes
Hands
through such a
down.
mean character arc. Like, Thor is just so, like, he loses everything in this film, man.
His hammer.
Thor and Loki complete a character arc that had been set up since the start. Loki completes his character arc in this, and I remember I theorized this. I don't know if I told anyone, but I theorized before the movie came out that Loki was gonna die.
I'm pretty sure you told me.
That Thanos was gonna make it like as an example because he was the prior Avengers villain. But I was really sad because Loki went through a lot of development in Ragnarok, and there was a lot of acceptance from Thor in Ragnarok when there's that elevator scene, particularly when Thor just basically goes, "You're always gonna cause shit, and I'm always gonna stop you." So yeah, like he just sort of throws that in his face. He's just like, yeah, and then Loki you can see it in his face. He's just like, shit, like maybe I am like I feel like there's a bit of change. Like he pulls some shit after that. But I think he realizes that, like, he changes as a character a lot. And then when he makes the decision to try and save Thor and sway Thanos at the end, has a lot of impact.
Yeah.
Because, like, what he says to Thor, he's like, the light will shine on us again, brother, I promise you. I'm like... And he's lost everything. Like, he's lost Heimdall. He's lost half the Asgardian people.
His dad.
Yeah, Heimdall was badass in that movie. I loved the small bit that he was in. Thanos was really good. Thanos was as good as I had hoped. They made him the main character basically, which is brilliant. All the Guardians go through some good shit. Tony gets his payoff finally when he meets Thanos. They have a small moment, and he's like, "It's you," basically. He's like, "It's you." And then even when Thanos is like, "Stark," and he knows. And I'm like, I got chills because I'm like, they're like, this dude has been going through galaxy to galaxy, taking down people, and yet on this small backwater planet, he knows Stark. Like he knows, like that's someone on his radar. That's crazy, and you can see it in his face when he says it. He's like Stark, and he's like, you know me? He's like, I do. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, this is what this has all been building up to. Like. And then there's that fight, and it's so good. Doctor Strange gets a lot of good development. Peter gets a lot of good development.
Peter Porker.
Peter Porker. And I don't really... a lot of characters get sidetracked, though, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
But they're all going to get their moment in Endgame. Overall, it's a pretty mixed opinion piece. But since we're going with, like, personal opinion, I just vibe it because it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
I vibe you.
Greg, you had Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, I did.
Go hard.
It's a beautiful piece. Taika Waititi did a wonderful job. Now, I would put this at number one. I would. But it was just very, very hard decision at the moment. I'm not going to lie. Kind of regretting the decision. But, you know what? I'm going to stand by it. I liked the new pace it took because 1 and 2 were hot garbage. And I liked how they just like, you know what? Fuck, those two movies never happened.
They parody it at the start.
Yeah. Those two movies
Make a joke. They joke on it. They clown on 2 at the start.
Yeah.
So good.
It's like, and then it's just like,
With
you know
Matt
what?
Damon cameo.
Yeah.
Yes. It just hit all the perfect notes, and you know, and it's just a, I don't know. I can't find the words. It's just good. It's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you don't like this movie, then fuck you.
What do I got to say? What a way to finish off that opinion, Greg.
Beautiful.
Alright, and Mitch, you and I both had Captain America Civil War at number 2.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
Yeah.
How come?
You go, Jody.
Okay. Civil War, well, obviously, introduction of Spider-Man was probably my number one reason for that movie is because of my love for Spider-Man.
Very
and
high.
seeing him come into this universe with everyone else.
Grabs the shield.
Unreal.
Iconic.
The iconic trailer.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Hey everyone.
Again, another character I knew nothing about, and he came in and just absolutely blew me away.
Fuck shit up.
Seeing Bucky again, Bucky and Cap's relationship build a bit more. Obviously, Ant-Man coming back in for a little bit, that was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was basically an Avengers film without being an Avengers film.
Mm.
And we got to see them sort of clash. We got to see characters clash, build, develop. It was just a really, absolutely brilliant movie. And obviously the Russo brothers coming in, absolutely killing it once again following Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
When you thought they couldn't do anything better with Cap than Winter Soldier, they
Yeah.
go and make this masterpiece of a film. So,
Phenomenal.
yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it mainly because I thought it was like easily one of the best like crossover. It's hard to say it was a crossover, but like the way they tied all the characters together and the dynamic between like the two teams, and just the battle scene, the airport battle scene, you can't get much better than that.
Just to add on real quick as well, this movie kind of opened up the whole thing. Like after this movie, I'm pretty sure they were like, okay, we can put other main characters in other movies. So then we got Iron Man and Spidey, we got Hulk and Thor, and did we get something else?
Doctor Strange in Ragnarok.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Just want to point that out. They became a lot more comfortable and like assured.
Yeah, they didn't want to like. We were so scared that they would overdo it and put too many that there was too many characters in it, but they did it so perfectly, and like it's never been done before. Like the universe is just that good, and like the Russo brothers just killed it. I loved all the scenes, and I like honestly felt for both, like Iron Man and Captain America's part, like the way Cap wanted to protect his best friend, but his best friend killed his like mom and dad.
Yeah.
Whether it was like through brainwashing or not, like he still felt so much anger for Bucky. And yeah, the introduction of Spider-Man and Black Panther both in one movie, like it was just done so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
All right.
Hype Nation.
The acclaimed moment.
Yep.
This is
top.
it.
The top.
Number one.
It's been a long journey, fellas.
I
think I know.
Thor Ragnarok is number one on mine, Chief.
Oh damn. Mine's Civil War. And I believe me and Mitch had the same one of Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War.
There we go.
Gang.
Alright. Let's break it down.
Alright, Thor Ragnarok is easily one of the best MCU films they've ever made. So good. It's right up there with Guardians of the Galaxy. It has so much flavor as a film. You can really tell that when Taika Waititi entered that pitching room and when he came in, he blew away the Marvel staff with this pitch. And regardless of how much they probably were like, yo, can we put this in the film? Taika just probably had such a presence and he was just like, no, we should do it this way. And it paid off. That movie was so good. They reinvented Thor. They kept Loki on. I remember originally that Tom Hiddleston was pretty reluctant to come back. And I'm pretty sure what happened is he read that script and was like, holy fuck. Because, like, Thor 1 and 2 was trash. And at that point in time, Tom was probably like, if we're going to do another one of those, I'm going to pass. Taika was just like, bro, that ain't it. Suss this. And he's just like, I'm in. Like, Heimdall, Idris Elba got a better part. Like, Hela was really good. I was a bit weirded out by how they made her, like, his sister. And it kind of put Odin. Yeah, that's his dad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had like a weird thing. I was like, is it Odin? I'm so used to calling him Anthony Hopkins, but anyway. It kind of put Odin in a bad light, but I guess that's just like his character. And him,
whore, bro.
he's a fucking idiot.
It's kind of following the North mythos as well.
Yeah, Odin is a fucking prick. But like, he had a really good sad moment when he died, when he passed, was really cool. Look at this place. Boom. And then like it kind of sets up the theme for the movie. Doctor Strange's cameo was probably the best cameo of any main character ever. It was so good.
He popped up, did what he needed to do, and left.
Yep.
Pretty well.
Yeah, basically, he's like, I'm not coming along the team up. Fuck that. Bye. And he's like, Sanctum remains unguarded. He's
Actually, no. Think about it. We got two main cameos in that. We had Hulk and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
We had three big heroes.
It was
in one
basically,
film.
it was so close to being the original Defenders. In essence, you got Hulk, Thor, Doctor Strange, and Valkyrie, which is really cool. Hulk being in it, phenomenal. That was probably why I was primarily hype. And there's this whole thing with Universal where Universal still owns the rights to Hulk, which is why we have never gotten any more Hulk films, because they have
standalone films.
Yeah, they have distribution rights, and fairly enough, Marvel's just like, well, fuck that. Like, we're not going to get much money out of it, so why not? And The Incredible Hulk wasn't very successful, which is why Hulk is only ever in team-up films.
Yeah.
So we really could have gotten a Planet Hulk, and you can feel it when you watch that movie that they, like, Kevin Feige probably wanted Planet Hulk so bad, which is why they...
That's what I wanted.
Yeah. And, like, this is why I love this movie, because given the circumstances, they did the best that they probably could have done.
They still tried.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum's in the movie,
Yes.
dude. And he's the villain. Like, he's one of the villains. Bruh. There's so much Aussie humor and some, like, a lot of Kiwi humor in here as well. Chris Hemsworth as a comedic actor, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thor gets revamped into this.
I like his haircut.
Yeah. He gets completely revamped into this lovable character. Before that, he was a complete prick. Didn't really know what to do with himself. And now he's changed into this really funny guy that's just kind of like, yo, we're going to have a scrap. And I'm going to be strong. It's so good. The opening sequence was really funny. Surtur was really cool. The destruction of Asgard, it really just took Thor and completely changed him, and it hit all the right notes. Like, it was what a third movie in a trilogy-esque thing should have done. And I reckon it shook Marvel, because the movie was so successful, and Kevin Feige's just like, well, we aren't ruling out Thor 4. And Taika's come out and he's like, if I do another movie, it won't be Thor 4, it's going to be my movie. Like, it'll just be a movie that I'm going to make. And I'm pretty sure it's in the works, and I cannot wait for it. Thor Ragnarok is easily up there as one of the best MCU films.
Oh, yeah.
And Taika Waititi killed it. He killed it.
Alright. Greg, your number one spot being
Civil War, yeah. I chose this because what you guys described before, it just hit all the right notes. And I like the introduction to Black Panther got me real fucking hype of the actual movie. Unfortunately, it didn't do it as well. I like how cold and just badass Black Panther was. I loved the introduction to Spidey. I thought it was done really well. Yeah.
All right, Greg. Whoa.
I like the journey that pretty well that Tony took. The Cap, the at the end where he says that line that I can't remember. He's like, I don't care. He killed my mum. That I'm not gonna lie, that made me very emotional. I was like, oh shit, nibber.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty well it. Everything you guys said beforehand was pretty much my opinion, to be quite honest.
Fuck yeah.
So guys, if you want to know my opinion, just rewind the tape and just go.
Oh,
Because it's pretty much just that. Like, yeah, it's a beautiful movie. I loved it.
hell yeah.
Alright, and that brings us to me and Mitch having the choice of Avengers Infinity War at number 1. You want to start us off, Mitch?
Yeah. So I liked Infinity War. Also, it was kind of similar reasons to Civil War, like the way that they didn't over convolute like the amount of characters that were in the actual movie. I mean, it was the last one that Greg would have seen, because you haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp or Captain America.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But yeah, I think they did a really good job of splitting everyone up and equally showing everyone's development in the storyline of that movie. And they didn't and you could feel it every time they went to the Guardian side kind of thing. You felt that it was the Guardians feel every time they went to a different group of people.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so sick when fucking Spider-Man got his new suit.
Oh yeah.
And they went to space with Doctor Strange and Tony.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the you could feel the tone change when it went to certain characters. Especially the first time the Guardians appeared. You knew the Guardians of the Galaxy were about to come on your screen and wow you.
Yeah.
You knew that song came on. The Rubber Band Man, that song came on and you felt it. As soon as it happened, you're like, here we go. We're about to see Star-Lord break it down. And you did. The Guardians came on and you're like, am I watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Quite possibly.
Yeah,
Like
basically.
the tone change, unreal. Like between everyone jumping between, obviously, like Thor's vibe at the end of Ragnarok with Thanos, and then jumping down to Doc Strange, and then Tony jumps in and throws his banter about, and then Spidey spins into the mix. And
And just the teamwork of all of them on Earth when when Thanos gets to Earth.
Yeah,
I just thought it was unreal, and they did it so well.
just
But
everyone's
and
character
it
development
was just
as well.
it was just a fan. Like after watching that, you can tell that Marvel loves their fans, but it doesn't like babysit their fans or like hold their fans' hands.
They expect you to have seen the previous films. They expect you to know the relationship between like
Tony
Strange
and Spider-Man.
Strange and Wong, and Tony and Peter. The relationship between the Guardians themselves. Obviously, they half expect you to know that Thanos is connected to Gamora. And obviously they built on that. And even Gamora and Nebula, they expect you to know the relationship between those. Like, they didn't fill the gaps in for you. You should know. And if you don't know, that's your fault. Go watch the rest of our movie.
I liked the scenes between Thanos and Gamora. It was really well done.
Especially the flashback one. When she's a child. Like, just seeing how it all started with the blade and having balance. Actually, even another scene I think sort of gets overlooked sometimes is the conversation between Strange and Thanos. Their one-on-one conversation when they're basically about to gank Thanos, and he's sitting there, and he's like, Strange is like, I know who you are. You're definitely the Thanos type. Like, you could just tell, like, just the banter and like the tension between those two characters who have never met before. Brilliant. Just shows like the actor's skill for sure. Like, there's so many scenes and interactions in that film, like between characters.
Thor and the Guardians, bro.
It was
so well matched.
And like seeing certain characters come back together, like Cap and Thor. Watching their little reunite. Granted, it was short, sitting there in the middle of a big battle. Their little reunite is
New
just
haircut?
unreal. They're just
Copy my beard.
I like it. Like, it's
So
just,
good. This is Trig.
and like even like what is it like? Even Cap's first appearance. In Russia. Cap's first appearance in Russia. Like, same as what I said with the Guardians, you knew Cap was coming.
It was
You
just
knew he was coming.
Literally like hype the movie. Like reminds me of like how much like I was so hyped for that movie. No one touched on this. The Red Skull reveal. Biggest nut in a cinema. I always knew that he was alive, and I knew they were gonna bring him back. And when he came on screen, I was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "I don't know."
You hear his voice again, and you're like, "Oh."
Let me, my massive nerd ass. I know everyone. I'm like, "Who is that?" I'm like trying to put names to faces. When he takes off his hood, I nearly cried. I shit you not. I got teared up.
I was so wowed.
It was
I remember
so good.
I remember it. Yeah, because I was the same. I was
So
like, that
good.
voice, it's familiar, but who the heck is it? And then he took the hood off, and I was like, "Oh my lord, it's the freaking Red Skull!"
My lord.
What?
The only good thing to come out of Captain America, the first Avenger.
Any goosebumps thinking about it. Watch the movie right now.
Legit, and to be honest, the amount of times I've watched that film, unreal. I'm pretty sure I saw it like 3 times in the cinema. As soon as I bought it on Blu-ray, I've watched it at least 10 times since I've owned it. Since I've bought it on Blu-ray, I've watched it at least 10 times. Like, unreal.
Yes.
And then like the Iron Spider suit reveal. Tony's new armor. I don't think we've mentioned that.
Bro,
That's right.
Nanotech, you like it?
The nanotech armor. Unbelievable.
Tony and Doctor Strange's relationship in that movie. Oh my god.
The clash between the two brains, unreal.
It's called protecting your reality, douchebag. And then Tony's just like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Like, I'm just like, finally someone that can match his level of arrogance. Tony's just like, bruh.
And then when they go to space and Tony throws it back at him and he's just like, we need to go back to Earth. He's like, who just saved you?
Yeah.
He's no, what did he say? Who just saved your magical ass?
Yeah, so good, so good.
And he's like, you're lucky the kid knows his movies.
Yeah.
Because the Spidey's pulling out the aliens reference.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
God, aliens? really
Have you-
old film. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, don't say that.
And like even Peter's little marks, and he's just like, he's like, you came up here with no backup, and Peter's like, I'm backup. He's like, no, you're not. The adults are talking.
Yes. No, that's love, bro, man. So good.
Speaking of old, PlayStation 2 came out like 2 days ago, 19 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
19 years ago.
19 years.
PlayStation 2, not even PlayStation 1.
We were alive back then when that happened.
Jesus.
Yeah, barely. But
Yeah, but like, that's crazy.
That's pretty crazy. But like,
I still remember the PlayStation 1 so vividly. The fact that like that was a year before I was born.
Yeah.
That was the first console I've ever had.
PlayStation 1 or 2?
Yeah,
Mine was the,
Yeah, mine was 1.
Mine was the 2.
not two.
Actually,
Ratchet
no.
and Clank 3
I
was-
think mine was Nintendo 64
Oh yeah.
for my first one.
Yeah, I got PlayStation 1 then PlayStation 2.
Ah,
And then Xbox 360.
went straight to the Wii.
What a tangent
Yeah.
we've gone on.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
that was interesting.
that-
yeah, just,
Sorry,
to,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
to finally sum up Infinity War, probably another moment that gets overlooked a little bit, but mainly because it's not a line, is Spidey's knighting into
Oh, yeah.
the Avengers. Tony knights him.
yes.
He goes,
Yeah.
you're an Avenger now. And he
Yeah.
knights him.
And he like basically cries.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
Like, yeah,
shit.
Spidey's just like, what a responsibility, because Spidey felt it. And then, like, I feel like a lot of people didn't notice it. It's just like, oh yeah, Tony just went, oh yeah, kid, you're an Avenger.
Yeah.
He knights him.
Like, I
Stands there
understand.
and knights him.
Yeah,
What a-
I understand. I
what a
think there was
moment.
too
He
much
dies.
Iron Man in Spider-Man: Homecoming, but
yeah, that was a gripe with mine.
I did enjoy the way that like Peter Parker still like felt so grateful, like especially after Civil War. You remember when he finds out he gets to keep the suit? He's like, wait, I get to keep the suit,
Yeah.
and like it was just like the best thing for him, even though he only had his homemade one for not that long.
What do you say he had his powers for? 6 months, so he had
Yeah.
the suit for maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, not even which isn't that long.
Yeah.
But overall, it was such a good movie.
And there we go.
There you
That's
go.
our
That's-
personal ratings of the MCU
Yep.
timeline.
Yeah, I reckon we
Phase
should.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, we've obviously had 2 films released since then, which is Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And we do have Spider-Man Far From Home coming up in a few months. Some hype
Yes.
there.
And Endgame.
And
Endgame.
Avengers Endgame. Oh, I almost
Yep.
forgot that.
Yeah,
was-
right.
Just-
Oh,
geez.
4th of July.
Yeah.
Is
Very
Spidey,
hype.
isn't it?
No.
That's July.
What comes first? Oh,
Endgame.
Endgame. Yeah,
is
Endgame comes
April.
first.
Actually, that's
Next
next
month.
month.
Bullshit!
Oh my god! Here we go.
Bruh.
Endgame is next month.
20
April 26th, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh my lord, boys.
and then
Lads, we're in for it now.
Oh my, we all gotta go see it.
Yeah,
right?
easily.
Yeah. Oh my.
We
God.
have to all see it together. No exceptions.
Yep.
no exception.
No exceptions. We must all be gathered into one place.
I might see a star screening.
Oh, nugget.
Nah, I'll wait.
Me for
Alright, so can you
If you
hire us
can,
for
don't
the-
let us cause I know like
Can you
that's
hire us for
Yeah.
the rumored
Smuggler
3-hour
season.
screen time? I think it was. Can you just hire us for 3
Yeah.
Hey,
hours?
extra,
You
just
don't
for the
have to-
season.
It's fine.
Can you bring?
We'll work
can you
for
bring-
free.
Can you bring us like? Can
Look,
you bring
just
a
give
plus
us some
3?
shit.
Is that a thing?
Just give us
Not
some
quite.
shirts and we'll just rock
Yeah,
up. Be like,
just
"What's up,
sneak
guys?"
in.
Yeah.
I'll just come in with the cleaner thing, and I'll just be like, "Fuck, man, I'm sick of this," and go in. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they'll buy it.
And
just
just
sit
sit in there.
Sit down with your mom. The arm around your mom.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, let's
Debbie
do
sees
it.
you. Oh, they hire. Debbie sees you. She's, oh, you hired her. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, on that note, I think we're going to end it. We hope you
Okay.
guys enjoyed our opinions. They were a bit different, like everyone's was a bit different.
Yeah.
But I think,
Definitely biased as well. Everyone's just biased. Based
Oh,
on
yeah.
Obviously, like fan,
We're
like
not
superhero
reviewers either,
favoritism.
like-
Yeah.
yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it is all
It's
like personal opinion. There's no.
Not fact.
Yeah. There's no fact. in
Form
this,
your own
it's all-
opinions,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah. It was literally my reason, like, that I put Iron Man 3 higher than Winter Soldier. Like,
Yeah.
Winter
Personal
Soldier is a
favorite.
better movie,
Mm.
but I was just biased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah,
That's
cool.
it.
Anyway, thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you guys for
Thank you
listening.
very much, guys.
Thank you.
This was a long
everybody.
one.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was a long one. We hope you enjoyed.
There we go.
See
Peace
ya.
out.
Peace.
Peace.